Haleigh, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
Haleigh, let's first and foremost just talk about the experience of this season. I mean, obviously, you guys dodging rain as much as you can. We know those Springfield fields usually get drenched, but dodging the rain of this season, talk about the experience of this year and some of your favorite memories of it so far.
Well, it's obviously been hard this year because we haven't got a lot of games in, and we've been rained out quite a bit. But we've had some really good experiences too because our team is actually pretty young, but I think it's been a really good experience because we got to teach them and bring them through the ranks. So it's been really fun this year.
When you look at, like you said, the gelling from the older players to the younger players, what's that kind of been like for you guys to kind of mesh together with the veterans that can teach you a lot, and then the underclassmen that are trying to learn this game?
Well, we only have 2 seniors as well, so we're really just we're joking with them, having inside jokes, and we're trying to make them feel as welcome as possible because I know it can be hard as an underclassman on a team and this being your first year of softball or something, but we try to make it as welcoming and fun as possible.
Talk to me about just playing this season too and getting the big wins that you've had against these very tough pitching matchups too. How do you think these experiences are going to help you before the tournament?
I think these close games and just these games in general being so close and low scoring, I think it's really important because it kind of helps our team learn perseverance, fighting till the very end to score a run and to just keep our bats going no matter what. I think as a pitcher, it helps especially too. It keeps your endurance up and it shows you to kind of never give up on the game.
Tell me what goes through your mind when you're in one of those games where it's scoreless in the sixth and every pitch kind of gets magnified a little bit. What's going through your mind in those situations?
I just really try to focus mostly on my location because I know when I get tired, I can get really wild. So I just have to focus on composing myself before each pitch and focusing on where I want to locate it at.
Out of your softball career and the coaches that you've had experience with, what's some of the best advice you've ever received from a coach that kind of stands out in your mind that you find yourself telling yourself all the time?
One thing I try to think about is to take every single moment that you're given during the game to prepare yourself or think about what you're going to do. One thing I was taught along this year was from McCalla, and she used to play Division 1. She told me that before you're at bat, when you're on deck, you have to take that really seriously because it gives you so much time to get ready for the pitch and it just gives you time to prepare. And some people take that for granted. And I think that was really good to think about because it shows you how much time you really do have and you can prepare yourself for some things during the game.
You are up for Baird Brothers Big Dog of the Valley, and we know that Springfield loves to vote for their athletes. Talk about this community, what it's like playing for Springfield, and what it's like feeling the support of everybody in the Springfield community.
We are so lucky to live in the community that we do because I just think everybody is so incredibly supportive around here. And I think being such a small school, our sports are very highlighted in this community. And the support, it's great. It's really great. And I think it really helps our sports actually excel because there is so much support from the community in all areas of sports, really.
To flip that though, do you, as being an athlete in Springfield and just seeing the success that's around you, obviously that might provide a little bit of a chip on the shoulder, a little bit of adrenaline boost too to keep your guys' success levels up. But do you guys feel any pressure too to be successful and kind of keep that name of Springfield High School up there too, and that kind of prestige of we're playing the Tigers when they come to town?
Absolutely. I feel like no matter what, there's always a lot of pressure, but I do think that living in a community where sports are so enjoyed and everyone really praises them, I think there is a lot of pressure, but I think it's good for us to have that pressure just because it always does push us to do better.
And then give you a chance to campaign a little bit and give your community a call to action to vote for you for Baird Brothers Big Dog of the Valley.
I just think it would be really nice for our small school to keep like honoring our athletes here, because there is a lot of other big schools out there, and I just love this community so much, and it'd be such an honor to win.
All right, we talked about the sports. We talked about some of the pressures you face. Let's talk about how you kind of relieve some of those pressures too when you have to go outside of the softball world. What are some of your favorite hobbies and activities to do when you're not on the softball field?
Well, I also do track, and I also like to cheer. I cheer for our school. I cheer for basketball and football. So I'm never really away from sports, but I just really like to be like spirited for our school. Um that's about it. I'm always around sports. I'm always busy.
Hey, that's all right too. I mean, we love the people that are representing your school's colors too. We know you're up there with that.
What's it like splitting track and softball in the same spring season and trying to do both?
It's definitely very difficult. It's hard on your body, it's hard mentally. It's hard to switch from both, but I enjoy both so much right now, and I want to have the best high school experience I can. So I kind of just try to savor my time with each, and I really enjoy doing both for our school.
To kind of give cheer a shout out to and cheerleading a shout out, what are some things that you've learned with cheerleading that have helped you thrive in both softball and in track?
I think cheerleading actually teaches you to be like a leader, and I really enjoy like being a leader and like putting my like opinion and stuff out there. Like I think that helps me help other people in softball and stuff, because it gives you like that natural born like you're able to be sociable and you're out there, and I think that helps in every sport and life situations too.
Talk about this softball coaching staff and what it's like to be under them, and what are the biggest lessons they've taught you so far?
Um for sure, just to be patient, because like hitting and stuff, and just to never give up really, because we have Mr. Rabowski and we have Mr. McKinstry, and there's like an obvious like there's like an age gap, like different philosophies, and I think that's really good for us because we get a little bit of both worlds coaching, and they really just teach us never give up, especially in those low scoring games.
Talk to me a little bit about what some of your goals going into the season were, what some of them are now going into the end of the season too. Did you accomplish them too, and where did those kind of fall?
I think our goal this year, it was just to win league, and I think that with the dedication, if we keep pushing, I think we can. And I also just wanted to kind of instill confidence in the younger girls, and I think that's always kind of a big goal of mine, because recently, like we've like last year and stuff, we had a lot of people quit, like they played for a year and didn't come back, and I just want these girls to like feel like this is a team thing and that we need to keep like carrying on this tradition.
All right, Haley, we know all about your talent on the softball field and your talent in the track and the cheerleading. What is one of your hidden talents that maybe people don't know too much about?
um I kid bachata pretty well. I'm pretty good at like dancing. Like we do a lot of Spanish dancing in Spanish class. That's my hidden talent, I have to say.
All right, we've had a lot of rainy days this April. What's your favorite rainy day activity?
Um, I think my favorite rainy day activities, I like to cook or bake, and I like to watch Netflix too.
What's the Netflix binge right now?
I really like Criminal Minds quite a bit.
Hopefully not before bed.
Sometimes.
What are you most looking forward to in the next couple months?
I'm really looking forward to travel. I'm really looking forward to hang out with my friends this summer and travel softball for sure. I think it's a good transition going straight from regular season to like a travel season where you can travel all over different states and stuff, and I think that's going to be fun this summer.
Who is one player on the team that can make you laugh no matter what the situation is?
Um I'd probably say Madison Lesnack.
If you were to write a book, what would it be about?
Hmm. If I were to write a book, I'd probably write it about following your passions, because I think that's really important in life. And I think that people need to prioritize the things that they love instead of things that might seem better in the end, but it's not what you love to do.
What is your favorite vacation spot?
I have to say probably Ocean City.
When you think about your childhood, what's your favorite childhood memory?
One thing from my childhood that I thought is like pretty funny is like one time my neck got stuck to my shoulder and I had to go to the ER, and the pictures my mom took when I was in the ER is like really funny, and it brings up a lot of laughs, and it's a team joke and stuff. When people bring up that picture in the car, my favorite memory.
All right, last thing before we let you go, if they were going to make a movie about your life, what actress would you want to play you?
I probably Margot Robbie.
Nice. All right, Haleigh, before we let you go, we like to give the student athletes the chance to thank their support system and the people that are always there for them throughout their career. So want to give you the chance to shout out the people that are with you and the people that support you in all that you do.
I absolutely want to thank my parents for everything they've always done for me, whether I forgot something for a game or just being there for me mentally and physically throughout my life. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the school system, Mr. Carden, our athletic director. I just appreciate everyone who's ever been there for me when times got tough and when I was down on myself. I really appreciate it.
All right, Haleigh, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and talking about your softball journey. We appreciate it, and we look forward to talking to you real soon.
Thank you for having me.